Welcome to this Movieplex Theater. Patrons are reminded that this is a no-smoking area. Patrons are also advised that talking during the performance is prohibited. And all electronic equipment must be switched off. The consumption of alcoholic beverages is strictly forbidden. But we'd like to remind patrons that a full range of refreshments is available in the theater lobby. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the film.
Hello! Welcome back. Hopefully my, Jesus Christ, that's loud. Is my voice too loud? Is that better? I think my voice was like insanely loud then. Let me know if that was too loud. Hello everyone. Hello Big Shark. Hello Robo. Hello Mike Zilla. Hello Soaringbot. Hello all of you guys. Welcome. He says really loud, mate. Okay, I think that was a glitch because it said plus 18. But it should be fine now. Well, I'm back after a long while. And today we're going to be carrying on with some Dino-Defenders. I might just turn the music down in my ears a little bit. I have to listen out for my daughter who's asleep, so bear with me. Alright. Yes, I'm doing really good. What is Mr. Bean doing here? Mr. Bean has been introing the streams for some time now. Right, so what do I need to finish this frame? Or start work on this frame? No, not that one. So I'm just looking for the file I need to begin this frame I'm working on here. What the hell did I call it? That's still in this folder. Because I name files, all sorts of things, seem to lose them quite easily. Right, is it in this folder? No, not that one. Why can't I find the file I need? For real? No, it's not that frame. this one? No? Why can't I find this file? What the hell? I thought I had it ready to go, but it's... Eh? Guess it's this one. Maybe this one here. Wait, no, what's that number? No, not that one. Not that one. You know what? I'm gonna get it from somewhere else. Different. For some reason, I can't find the file I need for that, but I can just get it from here. This one. Sorry about that, everyone. Hello, Zool. Hello, Rob. Yes, Mr. Bean is the successor to... Did somebody ring the Dinkster? Robbo asked, do you think The Lost World is the best sequel to Jurassic Park? I think a lot of people will say either that JP2 or Jurassic World is the best sequel. I wanted to hear your opinion. I don't know. They've all got their pros and cons, so... Jurassic World is probably the most competent sequel. So in terms of like objectively speaking, it's probably the best one. But in terms of people's tastes, I can see why people like The Lost World more. But I couldn't give you an opinion. I that's not how my brain works. Which one do I think is the best? Whatever one I fancy watching on any given day. Yeah, the whole stream is just me trying to find this file. I was trying to find the file of the Megaraptor fighting the Megalosaurus. That file. And for love nor money, I cannot find it. And I'm just wondering, where the hell did I put that file? There's like several frames to do with that whole fight sequence. And yet... bleh. It's not here. I found a test video file, but I can't find the actual, like, Photoshop file that is of the fight. I've put it in a folder. Like, the folder will be somewhere. It's probably in like something like... No, not that one. No, not that one. I've already opened that one. Yeah. I thought I would have called it MVM or something like that. But That's Mega Raw. No, not that one either. Oh well. So I'm just going to grab a... My problem is I want the file. Or... Oh, I found it. Here we go. It's under in a folder called Jess Mia Town Scene. It's nothing to do with Megaraptor or Megalosaurus in the title. The reason is I wanted to pull up a frame. Not that one. Yeah. All I wanted to do was just put up a bit of it like this. Hello, Dinobot. What do I expect from the next Jurassic Park Jurassic World film? My expectations are 0. I'm actually not really thinking about it that much, if I'm honest. Like, I'm not there's like people are complaining about people posting set photos and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, I don't agree with like posting paparazzi from the Bush stuff. There's like people announcing who's in the cast and all that sort of stuff, but I just like, because this is going to be the first Jurassic movie, if it continues the way it's going, that I have not been involved with since 2001. So like with Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, I was involved in the films during pre-production, production, and post-production and all that sort of stuff. So I knew what was going to be in the films early on, and I knew story beats, because obviously we had to work on the websites. Whereas this one right now, I know as much as you guys, unless you've like looked up leaks and spoilers or God knows what else is floating around out there. And my personal policy for films I'm really excited about, kind of like Alien Romulus, and I did it for all the other franchises that I'm a fan of. If I'm really excited about viewing something, I tend to just watch the first trailer and then I won't watch anything else. And I don't tend to talk about it until like not in any great detail, because I like films to speak for themselves. I'm a product of the 90s, so you'd see like a film trailer in the cinema, or you might catch it maybe on TV. But it wasn't like with the YouTube days where you could go and pause every little scene and look at everything and see the film being made in the process. You just saw one thing, or you saw a magazine article. Obviously, if you really hunted down stuff, you could find it, but it would be a ton of work. Now it's like you can have things spoiled just scrolling through your social media timeline. So I just try and avoid a lot of that stuff. So I'm just not really thinking about the film, because I want to be excited going in. I want to go in, if I'm not going to be involved with it, I want to be like as blind as possible going in, because then I can have the best experience of the movie possible. I always find that's the best way to get into the character's shoes, is if you have no idea what's about to happen, because you know what they know and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Sammy T, if you want to know my thoughts on Godzilla -1, I've got a review up on the channel. Right, so let me sort out what I'm doing here. So we're going to be doing a kind of flip opposite shot to, I can bring it up. There's this shot here from episode 4 where the Megalosaurus comes around the corner, you know, like that. We're doing a kind of opposite version of that now, but with the Megaraptor. Right, let me sort this out. What are your thoughts on Jurassic World Chaos Theory? Asks Sammy T. Nothing. I haven't seen it. I have no thoughts on Chaos Theory, except for I probably wouldn't like it if I saw it. So I got burnt watching Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. I had a laugh with it, you know, doing the streams and all that, watching it, but I'm not putting myself through that hell again. I said the only way you'd ever get me to watch Chaos Theory is if someone pays me $3,000, or pounds, sorry, not dollars, because that's less than pounds. £3,000. Dump it in my wallet right now, and I'll watch Chaos Theory and give you my live reaction and my thoughts. That's it. I want a new video camera, you see. I'm saving up for a new video camera. And you can cut you can cut all that waiting out to get me a new camera if you want to watch me suffer through Chaos Theory. Oh, actually, yeah. Amber Production says, I started doing that since Jurassic World. I just watched the first trailer and avoid the other trailers and TV commercials. And how's that working out for you? Because I always prefer it, because I like going in and not knowing what's happening. People set like crazy expectations for these films when they keep watching the trailers over and over and over again and getting into all the spoilers and stuff. Hello Scorpius. Mike Zilla asks, what are your thoughts and expectations of Jurassic Park Survival? I think it's too early to call, really. I hate to be a bit of a non-answer man tonight, but I think it's too early to call. We've had a cinematic and we've had very, very early gameplay trailer, like gameplay footage, glimpses. I can't really say that there's much to go off of, really. Make sure I got the right pen. Actually, what am I doing? That's what I should be doing. Did I see Kingdom? Or were you too busy? What, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? I wasn't fussed in seeing it. I thought the Planet of the Apes trilogy, prequel trilogy, was good, and that was enough for me. I don't need to know what else those monkeys got up to. Hello Gigaraptor says nice music by the way, I love drum and bass, thank you. Dinobot asks, how come you don't like Camp Cretaceous? Breaks the canon you tried to maintain and make, just too childish. The canon breaking stuff doesn't bother me that much, except for its fundamental canon breaking, like having weather coming out of screens in those biomes and stuff like that. Or like having the kids and the robots be the reason Mount Cyber erupted. But that aside, I just didn't find any of the characters interesting, and it was too cringe. The animation looked really cheap, and I just didn't care for the story. The characters made dumb decisions. The whole show just wasn't for me. Very poor outing, in my opinion. Laughably poor. Oops. I haven't seen Damsel, the Dragon movie, Jurassic Horror. Amber Productions says not watching the endless trailers and stuff has worked out nicely. It's very satisfying not knowing what's going to happen, and I had fun time watching the movie. There you go. Hello Mike Tharm. Yeah, it has been a while. Yes, Mike Tharm, you need to get the Primevals. Oh my god. Interesting movie. Like the story and the acting is... The acting's okay. But it is like very much a Full Moon Pictures, or whatever it is. Is it Full Moon Pictures movie? Like it's a B movie. It's not not anything special. But the animation is great. And it's like possibly the best stop motion integrated into live action footage I've ever seen. Obviously it's aided by modern technology doing that, you know. But yeah, well worth checking out. I'd get it on DVD if I mean they have released it, but I'll probably wait till it's, you know, easier to find. And it was refreshing, actually, because they filmed it back in like 1994 or something. It was really cool to see, like, watch a film that had like its release year as 2023 or 2024, I can't remember which, and yet when you watch it, it actually looks like an old movie. That was nice. And it wasn't like a movie pretending to be an older movie, like it genuinely is an older movie. Robbo asks, do you prefer the Jurassic Park trilogy Velociraptors or the World Trilogy Raptors? I don't really... They're not really different, are they? They're pretty much the same animals. If I had to pick a favourite, it'd probably be Delta from Jurassic World. Like in terms of design. Delta or the original Raptors, you know, from the first film. But they're all meant to be sort of like the same Raptors, so. Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato. Dinobot65 asks, what's a scrapped concept from each Jurassic movie that you either... Oh god, this blooming emoji in the way of the text. That you either made it to the final product. That you wish made it to the final product. I think the obvious one for me is the river attack sequence from the first Jurassic Park book. Like that... Having like a whole boat sequence, and I'm not talking about like the Jurassic Park 3 boat sequence or anything like that, like actually having like, take the Jurassic Park the ride boats and have a sequence where you are on something that looks like that yellow, that bright yellow inflatable raft looking boat, and have that being chased by the T-Rex would be really cool. Like Congo, yes. Don't touch my sesame seed cake! Congo cake. Gay5 says, the Jurassic World Raptors were way too nostalgic for me. They should have evolved further, not backwards, forward like JP3 did. At least Jurassic Park 3 tried to be good. Jurassic World tried to be good. I like the nostalgia Raptors. It's funny because back in the day, loads of people were like... you know, loads of the older fans. When I say older, I mean like the kids who were growing up at the time, during Jurassic Park of the Lost World before Jurassic Park 3 came along. I remember many of them hated the Jurassic Park 3 raptors. Myself included, actually, at a time. I didn't like their designs. And it didn't matter how like scientifically accurate they were trying to be. It was just so jarring that they suddenly looked that way compared to what we saw in the first two films. So there's that little bit of me that still lingers in there. Even though I like the Jurassic Park 3 raptors now, but there's still that little part of me that you know, bubbles away. When Jurassic World was coming out and I saw what the raptors were going to look like, I was like, yes! A return to tradition. Zool says, why do we have a lot of people trying to make the Jurassic Park dinosaurs more paleo-accurate nowadays? Like they're trying to just erase the old designs and just make them prehistoric planet-like. Dang, I love accuracy, but dang. Yeah, I mean, it's like the Jurassic Park dinosaurs have this design which is like it's like a fingerprint of the franchise. They have this sort of Crash McCreary style to them. And I think I commented a while back on like some of the Jurassic World Evolution 2 dinosaurs coming out, the designs, and it was like a feather pack or something. And I'm not saying I'm against feathers or anything, but like the dinosaurs came out and they just did not look like they were from a Jurassic Park property. They looked like they were from something completely different. Now, I had some people come back at me on that saying like, well, these are more accurate to real animals, so of course they're going to look like that. And it's like, well, yeah, I understand the sentiment that, you know, a crocodile looks like a crocodile. But it's like dinosaurs, we don't know what they actually fully look like. It's impossible to completely understand what they look like. So why not just have some fun with it and keep the Jurassic's feel to it? It's like, take, for example, the Pyroraptor. While not, in my opinion, the best looking facially dinosaur-wise, and I don't think it was necessarily handled in the best way possible necessarily. There could have been some more interesting things done with that dinosaur, but that's an example where I'm like, it sort of it wasn't really needed, and it felt like they were just trying to appease the feather people for no reason, and it kind of like came off worse for it. Whereas the Therizinosaurus in the exact same film is a perfect example of something that's feathered that also seems to retain the look of a Jurassic Park designed dinosaur. So it was funny that film had two examples to draw from. Mike Pham says, forgot to ask Jack, and this is going to be an important question, how do you feel about Twisters? Does it still fall into your JP Twister universe? Hello Alex, by the way. No, it's obviously going to break from the my Jurassic Park headcanon. That doesn't mean it's going to fall into the same category Die Hard 1 does, okay? Die Hard 1 I considered in my headcanon to be part of the Jurassic universe, right? However, I don't think Die Hard 2, 3, 4, and 5, or however many they've made, I don't count those in my headcanon. So Twisters obviously is going to break from that, because at the time Twisters is set, there's meant to be dinosaurs all over the place. So unless they have a scene where characters mention genetically engineered dinosaurs running about, or a park that had been opened on an island in 2015, it can't be counted. And there's such a major event. I think it's, Anyway, point is, I don't think Twisters is going to fall into that category. However, I am very, very excited to watch Twisters, which is something I never thought I'd actually say. Not that it looks like the best film ever made, but it just looks like fun. And I just want some fun. I want some good old Amberlin entertainment fun. I mean, that would be amazing, Mike, if they had like a dinosaur in the movie, like a Triceratops being in a Twister. It'd be great, because they say on the trailer, like, from the producers of Jurassic World. Like, imagine if they've been like watching my live streams and they realised, hang on a second, we could rope Twister into the Jurassic canon. We'll make a deal with Warner Brothers and come up with it. Although I think Twisters is actually solely Universal. Like, Warner Brothers has something to do with it, but I think it's been produced by Universal this time, whereas Warner Brothers did the first film. So who knows? They might. I mean, that would be amazing. It'd be so funny if they just, that was like part of the extended Jurassic lore. Everyone thought it was going to be like, what do you call it? Fast and Furious. Like, loads of people saying, like, oh, Fast and Furious and Jurassic World are going to cross over. It's like, no. Twisters, mate. Twister. What's the Palpatine meme? A surprise, I'm sure, but a welcome one, or whatever he says. I don't know, my kid references. Did I quote it right, Star Wars fans? Alright. I'm getting some Godzilla 98 chins from this guy tonight. I will say, for my own satisfaction, it's nice to finally have the Megaraptor at the base. Hello, Bob. Oh yes, he says a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Alex says, did you know the main guy in Twist is the actor behind Dave in Camp Cretaceous? Yes, I did know that. But I'm glad he, apparently he turned down the script for the new film. I heard rumours that he like turned down the script for the new Jurassic film because, what did he say, like, I would ruin it or something? It's like, well, you know, you were in a Jurassic property before, you know. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. He did Smashing as the camp counselor who spoke like a real person, you know. Came across like a genuine, authentic human being in Camp Cretaceous. Well, he said like I'd ruin it if I was in it, and he said it's a great script, but that could be read one of two ways. It could be he's like being 100% genuine. He liked the script, he read it and was like, nah, this is not for me, and he's like being that much of a connoisseur actor, which might be true. I mean, I know he's like good friends with like Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise picks his roles carefully, doesn't he? Or he read the script and was like, ugh, I don't want to be in this. It's a lovely script, but you know what? I'd ruin it. I'd ruin your script if I was in it. So you go ahead and make your movie. I'm gonna sit this one out. I mean, could have been that way. You got Dark Knight Rises flashback, yeah, because he is in that, isn't he? He's like in He's in the stock market or wherever it is. Excuse me, bit of a cough. Forgive my cough. Alex, hello. I heard about the story about Glenn Powell. I also heard he wanted to spend some time with his family. I know this from a video from Swerve. Right. Hello, Cretaceous Onion. It says, what's up in the Pterodome? It's all good. It's all good in the Pterodome. Can't complain. Can't complain at the end of the day. On that note, I'm going to crack open it and have a drink. Cheers. Oh my god. So just so you guys are aware, so right now in the comments of my latest video, the InGen list video, the mighty Nikki, the mighty N, came in and started insulting my work, and it's telling me where I'm all wrong. And basically I asked for him or her, Nikki, to send me a link to the information of which they've told me I'm being wrong, and I've asked them to send them to me, and they said you should do your job and go look for it yourself. And I said, well, if you want me to do my job, why don't you just send me a link to the exact source of the information you're pulling from? And then they've just come back and said this is so funny. They said, so here is a guy who obtained all connections that access the official source material, not true, asking another fan to hand him out a bootleg of which may be altered. It's like, so now you're undermining your own position here, matey. I've had a run-in with this person before in the past. They're a nutcase. If you want to know the context, just go to my latest video and look at the comments under the Mighty N. And you'll see how I'm having this dumbass discussion with this person who I think may very well be even listening to this live stream. So if you are, Nikki, hi, how you doing? Why are you so grumpy all the time? You don't have to be sorry, Alex. You have to be sorry on their behalf. They've had a stick up their ass about me and my team and our work for years. There was a person on Twitter who like printed my face off printed my face off with a printer, and then cut it up with a pair of scissors and then sent it to me and Tim. They said they were going to get Tim as well, and I believe it's the same person because they have like a Dragon Ball Z like display picture, and this person who cut up my face with a printer had a Dragon Ball Z display picture as well. And then I think they've claimed in the past that it wasn't them, and it's like blatantly is you. Like they claim that there's like more than one of them, but like whenever you read their like comments, they're like they've got editors. Like one of the comments he left tonight was like we're gonna fix your mess, and it's like I didn't send the comment, but I was gonna send like we, like who's we? It's definitely this one person who acts like there's like more than one of them, and they're just a snotty little know-it-all. Yeah, okay, so Bob, I'm glad you're here because you might know this, right? So they're claiming that in the Lost World, one of the big sticking points in this conversation is they're claiming that in the Lost World, actually, you know what? I'll just read it to you because it's so funny. They're claiming that like what we've written on the list is completely wrong, and it's like, okay, well, I've already said there's some discrepancies, but that's besides the point. So he said this. They said, and I'm not going to read you the whole thing because, I mean, this is a freaking essay. But I'll read you this bit. It says, before anyone picked up trespasser law as canon, they're talking about the 7 T-Rexes on Sauna, the Lost World clarifies that only 2 individuals inhabit the island and formed a mating pair. So I basically asked them, where are you getting this information from that there was only supposed to be 2 T-Rexes on Site B in the Lost World, that no more than that? And that's what they're throwing a wobbler about. I'm just asking them to cite where'd they get that information from. I'm not saying it's untrue. It might be true, but where are they getting that information from? That's the first I'm ever hearing about it. I've never heard anyone else mention it ever in all of my excursions across the Jurassic fandom. But it says like in the Lost World. It's like, where in the movie does it state that? Bob, yeah, it's in the comments section under my latest InGen list video. Yeah, I think they're making a video on... They're like fixing the list or whatever. I guess in response to my video, because they've got nothing better to do. Oh, they won't provide you a timestamp, Bob. They'll probably just insult you and then claim victory. That's what they do all the time. Oh, thank you, Big Shark. No, you're right. It did a lot better than I thought it was going to do. Any interest in House of Dragon? What's that? Is that Game of Thrones thing? No, is the answer. If that's what it is. I'm excited for Jurassic World 4. I'm excited for Jurassic Park 7. No, yeah, of course I am. Of course I'm excited for it. Oh, actually. Let me double check something here. Got it. Have I watched anything new of recently? Anything new? No, the last film I went and saw at the cinema was Godzilla x Kong. A lot of the stuff I've been watching are just old films. Like earlier tonight, and I haven't finished watching it. I bought this on DVD and was rewatching it. The Flintstones. Because I hadn't watched it since I was a kid. And I was just interested in watching some early ILM dinosaurs and some dumbness. I was watching Munich not too long ago that I've got here. And earlier today I watched when I had on in the background Network. Which is a great movie if you've ever seen it. Bob says I could not find the comment anyway. Oh my god, has he deleted it? That'd be hilarious if he did. Let me see, I'm just pulling it up. Yeah, so if you go to the comments under the list video and then sort by newest first, you'll see it comes up and it's like 24 replies and you have to go all the way down through the shit show. Actually, I'm just going to reply to him now. Oh, so now it's bootlegged and maybe altered. Backpedaling much? Yeah, that'll do. No worries, Bob. Thanks for popping by. Hello, Cheese Cat. Alex asks, what dinosaurs do you want to see in the 7th Jurassic film? I'm going to be really boring here. And I want to see dinosaurs that we've already seen before. I don't want any new dinosaurs. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to not like the film if there's new dinosaurs. But we're talking about like what I would want. If I could choose right now what to happen, I'd have no new dinosaurs. I'd utilise what they've got already. There's so many dinosaurs in the Jurassic franchise. Some of them have barely had any screen time. And it's like, let's give those guys a boost. Show them some love. No, I don't remember the Flintstones toys. Mike Fab says, I saw Godzilla -1 recently when it dropped on Netflix. I can see why folks enjoy it. Only my only gripe is that I don't think Zillosaurus would have had such large spines to begin with. Well, right at the beginning when he's like not evolved. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't bother me. Oh, like Mamenchisaurus, Corymphosaurus, Dilophosaurus, have a good Triceratops T-Rex scene. You know, that kind of thing. Like, just utilise what's already there. We don't know what time period this new film's set in. If it's a prequel, that gives me some hope that that's what they're going to do. Yeah, exactly, Saurian bot. That's my mindset. Like, if it's just another generic theropod, then you might as well go to something that's already got some, like, you know, it's already recognised. Yeah, Ceratosaurus. There you go, Robot. Robo. There's a good one. See you, Alex. Thanks for popping by. Dinobot says, I have a weird opinion on the Jurassic franchise. I don't think there should be more than one Spinosaurus. From what I know, there was only ever one Spinosaurus created back in 1909. Having another come out of nowhere would be dumb, in my opinion. I get the sentiment, you know, you want that one to be special. I get that. You know, like, it makes it more elusive. Like, ooh, the one Spinosaurus. Like, watch out for that one. Watch out for that Spinosaurus. I get it. Actually, I'm not going to break his fingers in yet. Zool says that. I get it. Reminds me of Dodson. I am Dodson. I'm Dodson's son. Did you know that? I'm Dod's son. Yeah. So special they displayed the Spinosaurus on Main Street. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't hate the Spinosaurus when I was younger, Robbo, but I remember being like one of those kids who I was sad that the T-Rex was killed, but not because it was killed, but because it was killed so easily and just so quick. I was like, oh, that was a bit anticlimactic. Like, the whole build-up of Jurassic Park 3 was like, oh, there's this Spinosaurus on the logo. What's this thing doing here? And, you know, the fight, like, they see each other, like, oh, this is going to go down, and then it didn't really. Like, it was a good fight while it lasted, but it was so quick. But yeah, I didn't have any resentment to it. Like, I had the toys of it and stuff, and I liked the idea of the Spinosaurus. As I've gotten older, I really like it now. I think it's a really cool looking creature in the Jurassic roster, and I do hope it makes a return one day to the big screen. Not necessarily, in my opinion, has to be the one from Jurassic Park 3, but it'd just be nice to see that dinosaur again in a film, running about eating people. I've never played Turok, Mike Zilla. Mike Tham is watching the stream at about 4 minutes in delay. He's just started talking about the Flintstones. He's going to get to this point in about 4 minutes time, and then you're going to see him click the live button. Catch back up. So when you've caught up with me, Mike, I want you to say these words. Okay, this is like a special code word. Okay, I want you to say, Nikki is triggered. We'll see how long it takes him to catch up. Sorianbot says, I never disliked the Spino even when watching JP3 for the first time. I just like seeing a unique creature, which is how I normally am with many of the new species introduced. Yeah. Mike Zilla says Nikki is triggered. I meant Mike Tharm. Mike Zilla. I think you're watching at the right time. Maybe a little bit delayed. Mr. Jamaica Man, how you doing? He says, big fan of all the retro looking dinosaurs. All the retro looking creatures. Playing Jurassic? Nice. Am I excited for Lawrence of Arabia? They're playing it. Lawrence of Arabia? What? Is that coming back out of the cinema or something? Dinobot says, do you think that in the JP universe, species that are closely related should sound similar, like all three known Spinosaurs should have the same kind of roars? The sort of nasal, screechy roar. Not necessarily. But it would be cool if they did. Kind of give them some familial bonds. Oh, you're talking to Miss S. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think they might have done the used the Spino Roar in the Fallen Kingdom trailer. Can't remember though if they did 100%. Right, that rings a bell. Ew. Big Chuck says, this is towards you, Jack. Did you hear film studios are now allowed to own theatres now? I thought Disney owned all of the theatres anyway. Well, are they all going to start buying up the theatres then? Like Universal's going to own them and stuff, or what? What does that mean? Give me some context there, please. Or do you think they're going to start like building their own theatres, abandoning the infrastructures of the ones that are already built? See you later, Soaring Bot. Thanks for popping by. Big Chuck says, so like in 2020 a bill got passed because for decades the film companies couldn't legally own theatres. So this bill passed. Yeah, any studio can own a theatre. I'm sure Disney does have some. I mean, it makes sense, right? If a film studio makes movies, why can't they have a theatre where they like show the movies that they're making? I mean, as long as the other theatres don't get overshadowed, you know, and you can still go to them, you know, the ones who will play like a myriad of different films from different companies. More about the numbers and the revenue. What do you mean? Yeah, Mike Fan, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that they could do reruns of classic films that the studios have in the archive. I mean, that'd be great, right? Go to the cinema and watch Lost World. I'm not really seeing an issue here, if I'm honest. Eliminating the middleman, it'd be easy to modify the numbers like Disney does already. Oh, are you talking about more like they say like, oh, we sold this many tickets at our theatres or something, and it's like not true? Is that the concern? Correct. Well, I guess there'd have to be some legal binding that says that they have to publicly share their data. They'd have to pay a theatre percentage since they own the theatre. Right. I mean, I don't know if I'm too tired or if the whiskey's just getting to me too much, but I'm just I'm not really bothered by this turn of events. Maybe I'm missing something really like fundamental to like the movie going experience, but see you later, Robo. One last question. Let's say, for example, The Lost World gets re-released in cinema. Would that boost up the current 600 million? Yes. Enjoying the whiskey cube? Yes, I am. Dinobot asks, what's it like to watch the older JP movies in theatres? I never have, but I had the opportunity to watch the first Jurassic Park in theatres. I've had opportunities to watch the first Jurassic Park in theatres, but I haven't been able to. Oh, that's great. Especially the first film. First film's so... I mean, at least the viewings I've seen, so loud. I'm sure you'll get plenty more opportunities in the future to watch the first one at the cinema again. They're always re-releasing that one. I haven't seen The Lost World in cinema since 1997, Jurassic Park 3 since 2001, so... Oh yeah, I'd go see Fallen Kingdom again if they re-release that. I'd go see them, any of them. They re-released them. You see, they had a screening of Jurassic World Dominion, the extended version, in Malta like 2 nights ago or something with Trevorrow. Like, there's some film festival out there, the Mediterranean Film Festival, and Dominion was there with a live orchestra and stuff doing the music. It's like, like people hate that movie. It's like, but it's got some studio backer behind it. It's got some love behind it. Dinobot Seaspy says, was the raptor in the intro to Jurassic Park the big one? By the scene's end, it sounds like they killed the raptor, but if it's the big one, it could have been her. It's just a continuity error of some of InGen secrets. No, I think it's just meant to be a raptor that they killed. And they like killed it, and then, you know, Hammond and Muldoon and all that are putting on a brave face when Grant and everyone are there visiting. They don't mention all the ins and outs of the, you know, the incident that got them there. Because you got to remember, in Jurassic Park, Grant and Ellie and Malcolm and all that, only Gennaro knows the real reason why they're there. Like, he's been tasked by Jurassic Park's investors to get approval for the park off people, get them to sign it off. But obviously Hammond hasn't told Grant and Ellie, you know, oh, by the way, you're here because the guy was murdered by a dinosaur. And we want your safety approval. You know, it's kind of interesting. That would have made for an interesting scene had they had, you know, it revealed to Grant and Ellie that they're there because someone got killed. They're certainly not going to admit to them as well that they also killed the velociraptor that did it. They're trying to make it look all hunky-dory. And like that's why when Muldoon comes out saying like they should all be destroyed, you have this like nervous laughter from Hammond of like, like he's like, oh, Robert Muldoon, my big game warden. It's like, yeah, he's... I don't know if there was a deleted scene of them talking on the stairs. There might have been, but the only time he brings up the only time the investors are brought up is when Gennaro's alone in the Jeep with Hammond. He's like, if they're not convinced, I'm not convinced. We'll shut you down, John. Like talking about the investors. I don't think that, if I remember correctly, they don't ever bring up the actual reason why Alan, Malcolm, and Ellie are on the island, trying to get their approval. Even if I remember correctly, that's never brought up with them, is it? Which you think that would have been brought up, like later on down the line in the Lost World. Like, oh, do you remember you got us to go to get approval from your island after a worker was killed? failed to deliver us that information, Hammond. All Hammond says to them is, they insist on outside opinions. And they're like, what kind of opinions? Well, your kind, if you're not to put too much of a finer point on it. See you later, Gary. Got to go, guys. I was going to ask about Jess and Mia for the next several minutes, but I've got to go. There's something to get away from this bebop music. Okay. See you later, Gary. Thanks for popping by. What are we going to mention? Going to mention something. I can't even remember. Ooh. Let's see if this guy's replied to that YouTube video. Oh, that one's not a link. Nah, nothing. He's on the run. Oh, what whiskey am I drinking? Nothing special. Just pre-made JD and Cokes. Cheap and cheerful. Dinobot says, do you think the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors were the originals and their behaviour and appearance was modified, which led to the JP1 and JP2 Raptors? The reason for changing due to Wu's disappointment and their higher intelligence, higher than predicted intelligence. No, I don't buy that. I mean, the original intention was that they are the raptors we see in the Lost World that have evolved or changed over the last 4 years. That was the original intention, or at least they're the same batch of raptors. They've just been, you know, breeding out very quickly on the island. The genetic imperfections that InGen, you know, made. So with every like new batch of eggs, they would change. And they've been breeding like crazy over a few years. Well, since the 80s, I guess. And thus you get the JP3 variants. mean, I believe that's why the tagline of JP3, or one of the taglines, was "Evolve or Die." But the fandom, myself included, back in the day, sort of didn't like the changes were too abrupt from the Lost World to Jurassic Park 3 that we then considered them to be a different version. So like either InGen cloned them and they just looked that slightly bit different. You know, the eyes, the heads a bit different, the quills and that. But now, if I'm honest, my own personal opinion, I've sort of gone back to what the original intention was. I kind of like the idea that the raptors are breeding, or they have been breeding on Sauna since the 80s. And, you know, each new batch of eggs, there's like something that's like the genetic code has changed, and it's like sort of they're shedding their imperfections and resorting back to like more what they would have looked like, but not in a crazy way, and that's why they kind of look like the ones we've seen in the first two films, but slightly different. Raptors evolving to speak on Sauna, says Mr. Shmakman. Yeah, like I'm not imagining the exact group of raptors we see in the Lost World are the same exact ones we see in Jurassic Park 3. Like I'm imagining that it's the same batch of raptors, but the ones we see in Jurassic Park 3 are the ones that have been breeding a lot more and since the 80s, and they've just sort of, you know, over that decade or so, the ones that are born from eggs are starting to show different looks. So that's why when you get to 2001, they see the raptors and they kind of look like that. So. Ooh. I understand that, like, in the Jurassic fandom and in the lore of the movies, like, both variations exist. You know, all the variations exist. There's no like actual set rules. So I mean, like in Jurassic World, the 4 raptors of the Raptor Squad all exhibit looks of every iteration of the raptors that have come before, like blended, because they're genetically engineered. So you get like Delta and Charlie have the sort of Jurassic Park 3 head shapes with the crest, more prominent crests above the eyes. Yeah, Blue looks kind of like one of the raptors from the first film, just with a blue stripe down her side. And Charlie, Echo has like the tiger stripes that look like the ones from the Lost World. They're all a blend. They're all a genetic cocktail of buggery. At the end of the day, they're just whiskey cubes. Speaking of which, cheers. These were very hard to come by. You're so was our cargo. Can't wait for the Alien Resurrection in 4K. Yeah, if they ever release it. Dinobot65 says, are you still a canon consultant, or are you not anymore because the trilogy you worked on is finished? Not trying to be rude, just don't know the finer details. We have not done any work for Universal since we released the T-Rex attack video. Actually, tell a lie, we've done some cookie business for the Dinosaur Protection Group website, you know, making sure that that complies with cookie business. And I say we, Tim has been doing that, but you know, they've been talking to me and Tim about that. But no, we've not done anything. We're not under any contracts. We're not doing any work at the moment for Universal. They know we're available. They know who we are. They know our capabilities, and I think they know our wants and desires for what we could do, what we could achieve, all that sort of stuff. But I think they've moved on from us. I don't think they want to work with us. I think one, they don't want to, they just don't have the budget allocated yet, so maybe in the future, I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't like us personally, or me personally, I don't know. But yeah. Dinobot says, so you're not technically an employee, you just do favours when they ask you. Well, we were employed, but now they've moved on. They've got a whole different creative team. So but the thing is, It's whether, like, what's interesting about Jurassic Park Survival and this new film is I'm curious if they're going to draw upon anything that we wrote on the websites, and not the websites specifically, but we worked with Trevorrow to work on a canon, and Universal to work on a canon timeline of things, which we've seen is being used as an internal document up to Dominion. So it's whether that's carried on, and this new film is borrowing from that. I mean, there's that part of me that's like kind of hoping that's the case, obviously, for obvious reasons. If they don't, they don't do that. You know, that's just what happens. Things change, but yeah, I am really curious if there's any like finer details. Like, I'm touching wood here, but it would blow my mind if this new Gareth Edwards film was like about the secret cloning in 1999, or the 1994 cleanup on Nublar, anything like that. If they did anything like that, it would be like, wow, they've actually gone that, you know, route. But I highly doubt it. But yeah, that's where it's interesting, because it might be like they don't even I might not even need to be involved to have an impact on it, is what I'm trying to say. Like our work. Too big of a celebrity, they can't afford me. I can tell you this now, they can 100% afford our team. It's like people think that like you just get locked in and you're in for good, but it's like that's not how it works. Like they chop and change people all the time, you know. You think of all the stories of like actors you've seen who, you know, like Julianne Moore. Okay, I think Julianne Moore, or the ones who played Lex and Tim, Joseph Mazzello and Ariana Richards or whatever. It's like when each Jurassic film was coming out, like the press or like the fans or whoever would be like, "Oh, have you been? There's a new Jurassic film out. Have you been contacted and stuff?" And they're like, "No." It's like, because they have a story they want to tell. They have something they want to. They have a plot they want to, you know, specific plot they want to dive into. And it's like, if you're not required for that, you're not going to be used. It's as simple as that. Like, you're just not needed. Now, there might be an argument by fans who might be like, well, they'll watch the film and in hindsight be like, well, if you had consultants on the film or something, you might have avoided making these mistakes. That's the way it always goes. That's how it always goes down. It's like, obviously in my dreams it would be like, oh, okay, you've worked on the timeline of the canon and you've fleshed out this world, and we're borrowing that for future projects and stuff like that. Of course we'll have you on to like consult as we go forward or whatever. That's obviously that's every fan's bloomin' dream job. But I'm not expecting it, because it's like, I know how the industry works. I've just seen that guy's replied to my to my backpedaling comment. I'll have a look at it in a minute. Mr. Shamaica Man says, I hope we get an accurate damn map. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing new areas or creatures. Definitely want a definitive map of Nublar. There, you're never going to get that. It's like a running joke now that every map is wrong or different. That's why I suspect that's why Colin put that line in Dominion with Malcolm. You know, when Bloomin' Ramsey pulls out the map of Biosin Valley, and we don't get a shot of it, which is really funny. And also Malcolm makes a line of like, oh, it looks like an old map. Don't you have a new map? Like, it's like that's a definite jab at like the whole map situation with Fallen Kingdom. 100%. Big Sharks, it's like asking Jack Nicholson if he's doing any new movies, even though he's been retired for a while now. Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, it's like, I was lucky enough to work on the Jurassic franchise to such an extent that it boggles my mind what we were allowed to do, what we achieved, right? So I'm going to always be internally grateful for that. But I am excited to be like a fan again. Like to go into this new film and not know anything. I haven't done that. I haven't been like a fully fledged fan, as it were, like without any knowledge of like what's going on behind the scenes since 2001. And there is that part of me that's like really excited about that. Like I'm like, ooh yeah, getting all like giddy about watching a Jurassic movie again that I have no idea what's about to happen. So see what this guy's replied with. Oh, Jesus, what is this? What's he said? I've got 2 comments, alright. I may have mentioned it as a source, but you didn't ask if it was official. Oh, yeah, so it's my fault. You were acting like it's official. Also, the final product marketed towards Jurassic World's building was backpedaling too, wasn't it? No? Alright. Oh, woe is me that you acted like you knew your shit. You're official, in brackets. Actually, no, wait, I can't swear in YouTube comments, can I? Won't let me. I'm just going to put... There you go. Talking bunk as usual. Welcome back, Nikki. There you go. Also, the final product marketed towards Jurassic World's building. Backpedaling. I'm not even going to answer that question because it doesn't even make any bloody sense. Dinobot65. Yeah, I don't think Jurassic Park Survival is going to take Jurassic Park the game into any consideration. I'll be very surprised if they do. You gotta think, Jurassic Park Survival, what is that, a game that came out like 20 years ago or something? Jurassic Park, the game, sorry, came out like 20 odd years ago or something. It's like, No. It was like 15 years ago? When did it come out again? 2011, right? Yeah, 2011. So 2021. So 13 years ago. Yeah, that's not. They're not going to care about that game. It's old news. No one cares about it anymore. Start fresh with a new game. See you later, Mike Thumb. Thanks for popping by. Said early start in the morning at Animation Toolkit. Got this T-Rex amateur packaging ready for social media this week. Have a good stream, Jack. Good night all. See you later, Mike. Thank you for coming by. Always good to have you here. Hello, Grape Man. Cartoon Network's JP3 promotional material claimed that Sauna was in the Caribbean. Thoughts on that? Obviously a mistake on Cartoon Network's part. San Juan dialogue, yeah. But didn't we work out there was a San Juan in Costa Rica? I think we worked that out in the end. What are my thoughts on Gareth Edwards directing the next movie? Excited. I'm excited to see what he comes up with. I just hope he doesn't make the film look too flat Like, a lot of his movies look a bit flat. What am I doing? My day has been good. Got back off a weekend away at this beach holiday with my family. Did a bit of work. Ordered a takeaway pizza with the family. Watched the Flintstones from 1994. Put my daughter to bed. And then came out and did this. All in all, pretty good day. How about yourself? Well, Site C was originally Nublar, according to the marketing material. Nublar was meant to be Site C, which makes sense. If Lockwood Manor was where they extracted the DNA from amber for the first time, and Site B was this island where they started growing the dinosaurs in plan for Site A, which would have been the San Diego park, and that got cancelled, Nublar would have been Site C. Which is what it says in that material, like I mentioned. Yeah, a lot of people think Site C is one of the islands around Isla Sorna, and I think that's the case in like Jurassic World Evolution. But if you go back to the original marketing materials for Jurassic Park 3, or like when they were preparing or filming Jurassic Park 3 or something, it says Site C and it says Nublar with its tropical. It says Site C and then it says Nublar with its tropical beaches and stuff. And then when you watch Jurassic Park 3, you like all the jungle sets and stuff. Back in the day, lots of fans said that it looked more like Nublar than Sorna, and it's Sorna, and you know, maybe they were right. Have you ever seen the film Mel Gibson film Apocalypto? I have. I actually own it on DVD. It's a really good film. Here you go, I found it. Here you go, look, for everyone to see on the stream. There was this. It was part of like the build up to, like, it was like a licensing document for Jurassic Park 3, and bear in mind, like, the Spinosaurus is there, so like it's well into production, and it says here, like, Site C, surf for survival. Don't know what that's about, but Site C, and then it says here that with its turquoise water, lush tropical vegetation, and breathtaking vistas, Isla Nublar was the ideal setting for a resort. But the distant roar of a raging Spinosaurus, the low rumble of a hostile T-Rex, and the ear-splitting screech of an angry Pteranodon remind us that a visit to Jurassic Park ain't no day at the beach. Site C's tropical colours, surf graphics, and hibiscus flowers that seek to evoke the side of Jurassic Park that is lost but not forgotten. So it says there Isla Nublar. And it makes sense. It would make sense, right? If there was secret cloning going on, it would have made sense that it happened on Nublar and not Sauna, because you have the infrastructure of the visitor center and all the labs and stuff there. It would have been cool if Jurassic Park 3 had it taken place on Nublar, you know. But then they wrote in the whole, like, oh, I've never been to this island before and all this sort of stuff, and moved it to Sauna. So but yeah, you just think of, like I mentioned a minute ago, you just think of like the logic behind the naming of things. Like, so Sauna is Site B, so Site A would have been San Diego, or arguably now what we learn is Lockwood Manor, where they first extracted the DNA. And I'm not saying any dinosaurs were cloned at Lockwood, because in the lore the first dinosaur cloned was on Site B. But like, why was it called Site B? What was Site A? And it's either going to be Jurassic Park San Diego, which was probably what was likely the case, or Lockwood Manor, where they were doing their first extractions of DNA. And then Site C would have been Nublar, because that would have been the next place to open up under InGen's control. Everyone seems to assume it's just one of the 5 deaths around Sauna. Now, this might change in one of the coming this upcoming movie or whatever, but I've never considered those other islands around Sauna to be of anything special. They're just like other land masses. I think in my Jurassic Park 4 fan script, I wrote that I think at the end of that script they look out of the helicopter and they see dinosaurs on one of the neighbouring islands, and so like the idea was like, oh, they're starting to make their way off the island kind of thing. But I've never seen those islands as anything more than just like another land mass. Like, I've never imagined like other secret labs being on there or anything like that. Yeah. See you later, Dinobot65. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to... I'll draw this dinosaur, what I'm doing now, and I'm probably going to call it a night. I've got an early start tomorrow myself, so... Let's see if old Buddy Boy's replied. Oh, they have. What they said. I think they're trying to abandon the conversation now. Talking bunk as usual. Welcome back, Nikki, is what I said, and they've replied, thanks, Nikki. Nothing gets past you, babe. Right, yeah, so... What a waste of time. Talking shite. They come in swinging and they left like just their tail between their legs. All it comes down to is coming in for a quickie. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I swear this is the same person who like came on that live stream that time. Remember the lost Camarasaurus one? I swear that might even be the same person from all those years ago. You know when you get like a feeling from someone, like the way they're talking online is like so, it reminds me of them. I'm just wondering if it is them. Yeah, the stream where I revealed the Camarasaurus. Yeah, I swear I did archive it somewhere, but I can't find it. Right. I don't know what to call this stream. The Sauna Raptors are the Nublar Raptors. Zomph. Can you fucking believe it? That's what it should be called. Where's my file? Yeah. Yeah. Be more accurate. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'll call it that. Where's my file? Just call it Where's my X file? It's like, and then have a picture of Mulder and Scully in the in the thumbnail. It's like, we don't talk about X Files the entire stream. Like, there's nothing to do with what we've been talking about. You get people who are like X Files might run across it and be like, "Oh yeah, cool. They talk about X Files." There's like nothing to do with it. That would be called clickbait. Lines for this. Wait, no, actually, I'll do this one and then. We'll call it a night. Do this, we'll get to 15 frames. Yeah, Romulus is just around the corner. What was I complaining about that the other day? I was saying that I might not go see it now. What was happening? Can't remember. Too much has changed since then. Disney being asswipes. Oh yeah, when they were like being racist, like but actually racist. I learned that was like some subdivision of Disney, so nothing really to do necessarily with the whole Romulus thing. I hope so. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was gonna pirate it. That was it. I think I'd rather not pirate it if that's the case. If I wasn't going to see it at the cinema, then I'll just wait for the Blu-ray or whatever, and wait till it comes out on like in HD or whatever. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go bloody see it, aren't I? I just know it. My problem is though, is it's gonna get spoiled. Like it'll just get absolutely spoilt to shit online, and it's like that's one of those films that I'm taking this approach to that I did with like Covenant and that. Is like don't watch anything and all that, because that makes me excited to watch it. So it's like if I choose to wait till God knows November, I'm gonna have it spoiled. There's no way. I'm in too many circles to avoid it. I'd have to like completely go off the internet, and there's like things I want to do, like I live stream and make videos and I work online. So it's like I'm gonna see stuff. So basically what I need to do is learn a way of watching the film without giving Disney a dime, but at the cinema. That's what I need to work out how to do. Do I just ask, oh, can I use your toilets, and then just sneak into one of the screens? That's what I need to do. I don't need to work out a way of not giving Disney any bucks. Because the funny thing is, like, we have Disney Plus at our house, but we don't pay for it. Because my wife's sister, she gets it free through the company she works for. And so they have this, like, deal, and she has extended it to us. So, like, we have access to Disney Plus, but we've never paid Disney for Disney Plus. So, but I don't watch it at all anyway. Like, I'm an Amazon Prime man, because they've got all, like, the obscure movies on there. Like, I was watching the Coffin Joe series the other night. The Brazilian crazy horror films. Like, I was watching those the other night. That's where my wheelhouse tends to go. We've cancelled Netflix at our house as well, so no Netflix here. We don't pay for Disney Plus. We watch a lot of DVDs on YouTube. That's really about it. I didn't watch Godzilla vs Kong on my Discord. I wasn't there for that, I don't think. Like, Prime has their problems as well, but their selection of movies is just way better, in my opinion. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to look up films in 2024, right? Upcoming movies in 2024, right? On IMDb. We got dates. Right, what comes out around Alien Romulus? Okay, Alien Romulus, August 16th. Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 2, The Union, The Deliverance, Skincare, Ryan's World, The Movie, oh my god. Stream, The Crow, Blink Twice, The Killer. John Woo film. Interesting. That's on the 23rd though. What's out just before Alien Romulus? Good One, Girl You Know Is True, It Ends With Us, Borderlands. Ugh. Bullshit, basically. Okay, well, let's look at the studios. Alright. So there's a film called Skincare that comes out. porno film. Oh, Elizabeth Banks. Skincare is a 2024 crime thriller film directed by Austin Peters and starring Elizabeth Banks. It's scheduled to be released in the United States August 16, 2024. Well, if that comes out in the same day as Alien Romulus, what I could do is pay for a ticket to see Skincare, which is made by IFC Films, right? Which is owned by AMC, right? It's owned by AMC, which in turn is AMC owned by Disney. It probably is. Doesn't really look like it. But I could pay for a ticket for that, and then just go into Alien Romulus. You know, go to the toilet and then come out and just go to Alien Romulus. AMC got bought by Sony. Okay, well, you know, Sony gets the money. They get the Alien Romulus money. Right, I think that's what I'm going to do for tonight. It comes around the corner. I'm trying to get like the steps in its feet when it comes around the corner as well. Okay, one more thing I want to do. Let's do that. This will be M16. Right, save that, and I'm done. Done for the night. Well, thanks everyone for coming along. Where's the charger for this stylus? Yeah, I'll let you know if that's how it goes down. All right. I think maybe what if I did for like my actual video review is I actually film myself doing that. So like I go, because of all the underground footage showing Disney people who work at Disney being racists. Or well, I'll just come across like a fucking SJW if I do that. So I'm not going to do that. Yeah, they're racist. Nah, let them be racist. Ain't nothing wrong with being racist. Racists make the world go round. Oh dear. It's all going to be out of context now. Right, anyway. Thanks for coming, Big Shark, and everyone else. Yeah, my Romulus review is just me talking about skincare. Yeah. That poster looks good for it, so. Anyway, see you later. And I'll be streaming again soon, hopefully, so. Catch you around. Bye.
Sanely, huh? Look, I tell you what. You go your way, and I'll go mine. Live and let live. Right? Right. Now what? Brother, what a way to run a railroad. Now, as I was saying...